Hey guys, it's Robyn from K-Pop101 and welcome back to my GOT7 experience part 2. So if you guys remember on my last episode, I was just about to talk about photo op, but you know, I didn't have enough time. So I'm going to talk about it in this episode, and it's going to be a very long video just about photo op, so be prepared guys. So after the concert was over, all the photo op and high touch people had to stay inside for them to get what they wanted, or what they got actually. So high touch, there were so many people in high touch. I wish I filmed how many people there were in high touch, but I was stupid and didn't do it. But oh my gosh, there's so many people in high touch, and it took about 20 or 30 minutes for them to go through. It was long. So after the high touch, it was time for photo op. I was part of photo op, guys. And this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. Like, legit. So they split us all up into groups of 10 because it was 10 people with GOT7 that got to take a picture. Well, I was with these two girls in front of me. One of them liked Jackson, I believe, and the other one liked Mark, and she had a Mark sign. And then there was me and my sister, and then some other girls that I don't know. So we walked, like, we didn't even walk in, okay? We were standing outside the door to go in at least, and you know, the door was slightly cracked. I saw Yu-Gi-Oh, okay, and I flipped out. I was like, oh my god, this is real life. I was like, oh my god! And like, I had that moment, and freaking Yu-Gi-Oh stared at me when I did that. Like, I turned around, he was like, staring at me. I was like, I can't believe that this was happening. Like, I get to go take a picture with GOT7, guys. Like, so I walked in, and this is very embarrassing for me to say, but this is legit what happened, guys. I have to tell you what happened. I walked in, and I hesitated, because I don't know why, for a good 2 or 3 seconds when I walked in, I forgot the members' names and what they looked like. I was so embarrassed. Like, I wasn't embarrassed, but like my mind was turning. Like, I was like, who's who? And I remember I was looking exactly for Mark. So I did know that Yu-Gi-Oh was at the end. I didn't even look at any of the other members. And then like eventually I had to go up to Jin Young because Jin Young was the first one. And like, you know, like I said, I forgot the members' names and what they looked like. Well, once I got up to Jin Young, I knew like who's next, and I was like, I knew who was who then. Can I just say, before I talk about what happened next, I've never seen such perfection before in my life, like right in front of me. GOT7 is just perfect. Like they look flawless, their skin is flawless, they're so soft and smooth, and I just cannot describe on how perfect they all looked. Like it's like compared to looking at them on a tiny computer screen and then seeing them in real life. Seeing them in real life is probably the best thing ever because you get to see how they really look in real life, and then looking on a computer screen and just screaming over them, you know. I've never seen such perfect people in my life. Like, they just like glowed, and I was like, oh my god. I flipped out for a minute. So after explaining that, so I walked up and Jin Young was actually looking for someone to like hug him or shake his hand or something. And a girl in front of the girl, like I think the girl that was holding the Mark sign, freaking shaked Jin Young's hand. And he looked like he wanted someone else to shake his hand, so I shook Jin Young's hand. I shook his hand. And I looked at him straight in the eye, and I was like, hi Jin Young. Like, it didn't come out as loud as I was hoping it would, but it came out at least. And he heard me say Jin Young instead of Junior, and he looked really shocked. Like, he's like, oh! And I was like, hi Jin Young. And he goes, and like, you know, got really happy. And then next to him was Mark. Well then, that's my two right there, guys. Mark and Jin Young. Oh, I'm not okay. I was going, like, I looked at Mark, and I swear to god, I probably made the most pathetic face to him. Because when I saw Mark next to Jin Young, I was smiling with Jin Young, because, like, I couldn't believe Jin Young was right there. I look over and I see Mark, my face went, like, no cool expression, it just went, like, in shock, like, I'm so embarrassed right now. And, like, I wanted to give Mark a hug, or I wanted to at least shake his hand or say hi to him. Nothing happened. Like, Like, guys, I was going in to hug him. Like, I wanted to hug Mark, like, so freaking bad. I wanted to hug him. But it didn't happen. Like, I was going to, but the security or the guy who was, like rushing us sat me down in front of Mark. And I was like, oh my god. And I wanted to say hi, Mark. I swear, if anything came out of my mouth, it was just probably, like, really silent, like, hi, Mark. Like, it did come out. And I'm so ashamed of myself, thinking that, like, I couldn't say hi. And I'm just like, ugh. But I remember after I sat down, the girl that liked Mark, who also wanted to sit by Mark, was standing by Bam Bam and Jackson. Or sitting by Bam Bam and Jackson. And she had our Mark sign. I looked at her. I was like, look at who I'm sitting by. Like, I was flipping out because I could not believe I was sitting in front of Mark. In front of Mark. I think after I did that, he finally realized that I liked him. So he put his hand on my back for, like, a brief second. Oh my god, it scared me. And I was like, come together! Like, it scared me to where I actually said come together, like, not really loud, but fairly loud to where JB could hear, because JB was next to Mark. And he goes, oh. And, like, in shock, like, oh. And I'm just like, I'm, like, in mental shock about, like, wow, he heard me say come together. Like, if you guys didn't know, come together means that startled me. Like, oh, it scared me. Like, he scared me. And, yeah. I don't know what Mark's face was. I didn't even bother turning around. It just scared me. And I was like, oh, like, I didn't expect it whatsoever. So they took the picture. Here's the picture. And this part. The part that comes after this part, though, was pretty funny. So, we were walking out. Or we were going to walk out. And, like, Jackson, like, someone high-fived Jackson. And, you know, he looked like he wanted someone to hug him or, like, shake his hand. So, I went to go shake Jackson's hand. Not realizing that that was my theory just then. But I went to go shake Jackson's hand. And I was like, hi, Jackson. Like, my Jackson was louder than my Jin Young. And my Jin Young was louder than my Mark. Yeah. It's like, the more, like, my bias is nothing. Second bias is something. Third bias is, like, high. Like, actually, like, loud. So I was like, hi, Jackson. And he was hi. And wait, hold on. Before I move on, I have to show you guys something. Okay, so something I have to show y'all. If you looked at the picture, you saw me wearing a lanyard. Well, it was actually this lanyard I got from H Mart the day before. So GOT7 lanyard. And I don't know if Jin Young noticed it, but I know Mark did and Jackson. I think all the members noticed it when I was walking by them. I'm not sure about Jin Young though, but when I was looking at Mark, I saw him look at my lanyard for a brief second and he kind of smiled. And then same with Jackson, because whenever I went to go shake Jackson's hand, I saw him look at my lanyard and kind of smiled as well. So, they saw that I liked GOT7. So, after I shook Jackson's hand, I kind of got pushed away. Like, the guy was like, come on. And, like, can I just say, Jin Young's and Jackson's hands were really soft. Like, oh my gosh. And when I looked at Jackson, like, I couldn't even look at Jackson. I looked down. I was like, hi, Jackson. Knowing that that was Jackson, because it was, because he was the only one in a tank top. I looked at him, I was like, oh, hi, Jackson, and, like, walked off, because I had to. I wanted to stay longer. Now, here's the most embarrassing part, guys. For me, personally, though. So, we didn't even get fully out of the room yet, and I just realized, like, I didn't realize that that was my 3 until after I got out of the venue, but we haven't even walked out of the photo op room. I was about 3 steps away from exiting, and I just realized who I sat in front of. Like, I knew who it was, but, like, I couldn't process it in my mind until, like, I was almost out there. And this is what I did. I'm so embarrassed. This is what I did, guys. This is legit. Oh my god, I saw my Mark! I did that before I left. And I turned around and saw Yu-Gi-Oh smiling and Mark laughing, like giggling, like he was like, like, out of all the things I could have done while I was spazzing, I did that. I did, oh my god, I saw my Mark! Oh my god, I swear. I just embarrassed myself in front of GOT7. I cannot. Not. And like, I think JB liked my hair. Because when I was walking by, I kind of like glanced at him before I looked at Jackson. I kind of glanced at him. He goes, I don't know if he was looking at my hair or my lanyard. I don't know, but like, because you know, I have my pink hair. So, I don't know if he was looking at that. I hope Mark realized that I had pink hair. So after getting out of the room and having my embarrassing moment, I was walking out and they were actually handing out free posters and extra water bottles that they had. And my friend Krishan from Crazy K-Pop Life, if you guys know who they are, you know, they're pretty dope. She was helping out and I was like, oh hey, and then I was like, bye, like, you know, because she was really busy. And yeah. So after I got out of the venue, we went around to where my sister and I parked. And I saw Nika and Pez, my friend Pez. I ran to Nika and like practically hugged her. I was like, I could not believe what just happened. And I was explaining to them what happened and I was like, oh my god, guys. And that was when I realized that that was my three. That I shook hands with Jinyoung and Jackson and I sat in front of Mark. That's when I finally realized that that was my three biases in GOT7. And this is what I did. I was like explaining and then I stopped for a moment. I was like, oh my god, that was my three! And like I started flipping out. I could not believe that that was my three. Like I did my three biases in GOT7. Like I flipped out. Like, oh my god. So that was legit it, guys. That was my exciting experience about going to GOT7's family in Dallas. You guys don't realize how happy I am. I'm never going to forget this. But I have to, something I have to say is that Nika and I, we both entered the singing and dancing competition. And, you know, we won, but only one of us could go on stage with GOT7. So I let Nika, like, not, because we didn't know what the prize was, so I let Nika, like, fill out the form for herself. Finding out that later, you get to go on stage and play a game with GOT7. But she better love me, because that's way too good to pass up, because I let her have it since I had photo op. But she hugged Mark. How dare you hug Mark. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this GOT7 experience in Dallas. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe, become a #1 today, and look out for more awesome K-pop adventures, because you know they're going to be happening more and more now since more groups are coming to Dallas. And that's pretty much it. This has been your leader, Robyn, here from K-pop 101, signing off. Annyeong. Bye.